Alright guys, so welcome back into our NBA DFS video. Got the 12-9 picks coming up for you. This one's going to be a pretty interesting slate. We got to wait on the news to see if Paul George and or Kawhi Leonard are going to be ruled out. It's noted that they could rest. There's also going to be some other injury news that we're waiting on. But this should be a pretty good slate. It's going to be a 9-game slate. There are some nice plays I'm going to point out for you guys right now in this video, and let's get into it. All right, so starting off with the point guard spot, obviously on the high end, if you guys can pay up for James Harden, you should do that. I'm not going to touch on those high tier plays there really ever in these videos unless it's just like too obvious not to play. Let's go a little bit lower here. So Ricky Rubio is a play that I do like quite a bit. He's been pretty consistent ever since he's been back from that injury. He's going to be going against his former team. I know a lot of people like that narrative, but other than the 23 DK points where the game was a blowout, he's been really consistent. I don't think that game's going to be a blowout, so I do like Rubio quite a bit. We got Kyle Lowry here, who's definitely just priced too cheap. Yeah, he's going against the Chicago Bulls, and this game does have potential to blow out as well. But I do like to play quite a bit. And also, I should note that Fred VanVleet is questionable right now. If he sets, I'd make Lowry a little bit more appealing as well. Let's go a little bit lower to the value side as well. Aaron Holiday got priced up quite a bit after that 24.5 DK points that he scored. I think it was on Saturday, and that was because Malcolm Brogdon was out. If Malcolm Brogdon's out again, don't mind Aaron Holiday as a play. Don't like him as much though because of that price increase. Now that does kind of suck that he got priced up. All right, going on to Andrew Wiggins here. I just kind of like the price point here. He's a guy that can definitely go for 40 DK points, especially in this matchup. He did go for 35.5 DK points the last time he played the Suns. And, if he does that again, that's really not going to hurt you too bad. Obviously, we want to go for 40 DK points, but if he gets 35, that's not going to kill you. And that's not going to be too bad of a play for us tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you're watching this video. Norman Powell's a play that I don't mind as well, especially if Fred VanVleet is going to be ruled out. Then Powell's going to be a pretty decent play. If he gets over 30 minutes, he has been playing pretty well. He could get 30 DK points as well. And then going lower, trying to find a shooting guard eligible spot. I will bring up George Hill because George Hill has kind of been the plug-and-play value play for me at the guard spot pretty much this whole year. It's whether or not he gets the minutes, and even recently, he hasn't even needed the minutes to get to or to hit value. So not a bad play. If that game stays close, he should easily exceed that value. The play at shooting guard is going to be Lou Williams. If Kawhi and Paul George are ruled out, we know his usage will just go up incredibly. He should get 30 minutes then, and he should score around 37 DK points. He has upwards to go for 50 DK points. It's whether or not his shot's dropping, which recently it hasn't been. But I do think he'll find that form again and have a pretty good night tonight. Then get into Brandon Ingram here. Price point is really kind of weird to me. So sure, he's had two quote-unquote bad games in a row. One was a blowout. The other one, he just kind of had an off night DK-wise. Other than that, the dude's been super consistent, averaging over 40 DK points per game. Love that at that price point. I do think he'll score around 40 DK points again. Now, Aaron Gordon is not a play that I love here. He's going against the Bucks. This game could easily blow out. If he does, Gordon won't hit value. But if it doesn't blow out, I think it's because Aaron Gordon was having a great game. TJ Warren's going to be a play that I like quite a bit if Malcolm Brogdon is ruled out. The only problem with the play is he's starting to get priced up a little bit too much. If he got over 6K, then I would start to worry. At 5.8K, I do like that. I do think he can go for around 35 DK points like he did in the previous game. Then going lower, not too much that I love just yet, except for JaMychal Green. If, once again, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are ruled out, then he should see around 25 to 30-ish minutes or so. Then he should be able to get around 22 to 30 DK points. So that's a play that I like quite a bit if those two are ruled out. And then going on to power forward, there's two power forwards that I really like. The first one's going to be Pascal Siakam. That's because he's priced at under 8K, and I just like playing guys that are going to go for 40 DK points that are priced at under 8K. Now, once again, I think he's priced at under 8K because this game does have the potential to blow out. Typically, I don't like to kind of game script in DFS, especially basketball, because most of the times the games will stay close the majority of the time and eventually become a blowout towards the fourth quarter. It hasn't been happening recently, which is unfortunate, but that's not a play that I mind. Montrezl Harrell is just going to be easy to lock if Kawhi and Paul George are ruled out, so That's obviously a play that we're going to play a ton if the news breaks the way we think it will. And then Sabonis, same thing that I said about Siakam. Dude's priced at under 8K, and he should go for over 40 DK points, especially if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are ruled out as well. That makes that game more likely to be close. So that's going to be a play that I love if those two are ruled out. And then going on to Andre Drummond here. Going against the Pelicans, he should be able to dominate. Now, I'm not sure he's going to get 60 DK points, which is kind of what he needs at that price point. So my most owned center, I think, will actually be Karl Anthony Towns here. So Towns, he went off against the Suns the last time they played them, over 60 DK points. I do think he'll score around 50 DK points, but it's good to know that he has that ceiling to go for 60 DK points in this matchup, as we have seen it before. That's all I have for you guys for this one. I will mention Steven Adams here has been on a tear at center. Yes, he's going against Rudy Gobert, but that doesn't really worry me as much as it used to in the past. So Adams is not a bad play. Does suck that he got priced above 6K now. After that, we're still way down some value. Actually, Jackson Hayes here. This is not going to be a bad play. Don't love it, but he's pretty much been averaging over 20 DK points the past week or so. Minutes have been there. He's been producing. Don't mind that play. Don't love it. You know, potentially he could get into foul trouble against Drummond. So that's all I have for you guys for this NBA DFS video. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys.